So they will nose that yellow, and they will actually end up as a center guard on the center line, so that rock can't be removed for 2 more stones. So a great outcome there by Team Kui. And it looks like Team Yurko is electing to come around with the intern draw behind the two reds. So as we see this draw come down the sheet, it seems like both teams, in my opinion, have been keeping it quite open, maybe a little bit timid to want to play aggressive. Is that maybe because of the moment of being it's a semifinal and the winner gets to go to the provincial final, or do you think it's still that both teams are still trying to figure out the ice?
I think by the fourth end, you should have a relative idea of like what the sheet is doing and what the speed is. So I would be playing more aggressively. So to me, it's pretty clear that both teams are a little nervous to play aggressive against each other and lose this game and not advancing to the final.
So it did look like that Team Yurko Stone did stop and play, but it doesn't appear to be sitting in the house. But again, it is hard to tell from the overhead camera, as the Team Kui Stone will slide back 12 foot. So it is Team Kui's sitting shot zone right now, back 12, but giving the opportunity for Team Yurko to loop one around the red center guards. And it looks like that stone will curl and get to the T line, edge of the 4 foot. So it is Team Yurko sitting shot stone buried, but Team Kui does have an opportunity to freeze on top of that yellow and shrink the scoring area for Team Yurko here.
Putting top four here is a really good place to put the stone for Team Kui. It allows them to perhaps get better angles, even get those stone out and have them sitting more than one in the house.
So it looks like that stone just undercurls a little bit, but they are corner frozen on it, so still not a bad shot, not very easy to remove, but it is still Team Yurko sitting shot stone here in the fourth end of play. So it looks like that draw attempt there does come up a little bit late and does wreck on the uh, the halfway center guard. But what it does do though is it does block off that uh, run attempt or tap attempt for Team Kui. So not a bad miss. That's probably the pro side miss there. For you guys, I'm sure you guys know really well. Obviously, you're playing to make every single shot that's being called. Um, but do you guys discuss as a team when you're maybe throwing or even as sweepers and telling the thrower what the pro side misses?
On our team, everyone has to know the what the tolerance is before the shot. Like we discuss while the throwers in the hack and with the sweepers, like, oh, what is the tolerance, or will ask our skip what is the tolerance or the pro side miss for this shot, so then we know whether, oh, we can throw it a little bit heavy or we can throw it light here, and that's what we can work with as sweepers and as a thrower.
Right.
It's
And just interrupt you there for a moment. That was a great draw there by Team Kui to sit shot stone edge of the button. So it is Team Kui sitting shot stone. And looks like Team Yurko is attempting to play the chase on the shot stone, but it does look like they will overcurl. But what they will do is open it up. Looks like it is still Team Kui sitting shot stone, and with Team Yurko sitting second shot right now. But Team Yurko is in a lot of danger here as the Reds are starting to pile up here for Team Kui.
I quite like the play of drawing to the yellow, although I would just put in that you could guard here again, and if you cover your entire red that's on the button, Yurko doesn't have a lot of options. So as much as the draw is an aggressive play to get another one in, it's
Yeah, you just never want to set up that double.
no, it's not needed if you can just put up a guard.
So it does look like that one is a little bit heavy, but they do chop off their own shot stone and roll frozen on top of the yellow. So it is Team Kui sitting shot stone on the button right now. And Team Yurko trying to decide what to do here. What would you guys be playing here? As it does look like it will take 2 shots to get rid of that Team Kui stone top of the button.
Well, you definitely need to move that red out of there somewhere. So if you play just like a lightweight tap, try to get that yellow a little bit more back to open up that red rock to hit. Just kind of corner frozen onto that red.
Yeah, so we see a timeout, coach interaction here by Coach Glenn Ector here as he wants to discuss things over with Team Yurko here late in the fourth end of play.
With
As the timeout is going on, both of these teams finished round robin with 5-2 records. Team Elena Yurko, they started off the week with a win, 12-6 over Team Sierra Wyatt, and then also winning 10-2 over Kieran Roa and 6-3 over Shobin Mickerson. They ended up losing 3-7 over Abby DeZormo before bouncing back with a 9-1 win over Darby McMillan, and then losing their final game, or 5-9 over Lila Cooey, and then winning 7-2 over Emma Skiffert. So that brought them into the 3-4 page playoff game where they once again beat Emma Skiffert last night 5-3 to make it here to the semifinals. And for Team Lila Cooey, also with a 5-2 record, they started off the week with 3 straight wins, 12-2 over Darby McMillan, 6-1 over Chauvin McGrisson, and 5-3 over Sierra Wyatt before losing 2 straight 4-6 versus Emma Skiffert and 4-6 versus Kieran Roa before winning 9-5 over Elena Yurko and 4-3 over Abby Zormo. And then in the page 1-2, they did end up losing last night 6-8 over Team Abby DeZermo, which is how they are here in the semifinals this morning. As we see the outturn tap unlocking that yellow stone. So it is still Team Kui sitting shot stone on the button, but that red stone can easily be removed now with that yellow stone being frozen right on top of the red.
Looks like they overcurled a little bit more. You definitely want to be more corner frozen to that red. So if you tap that yellow, it's just red's going straight into that other yellow. Make it hard to get that 2 score.
plus now Kui can cover it entirely, and you don't have very many options. There's no draw path if she gets it right in the middle, just off the center. And then it's likely that Yurko can't even chase the yellow hit on the 2 in the 4-foot.
So it looks like we do have a timeout here by Team Kui as coach Atina Ford Johnston. calling the timeout there. And that name there is very familiar to many of us. And we just want to congratulate Atina on her recent senior national win for Team Alberta. Must be big, very big accomplishment for her and the team. So many congratulations to her. So it does look like you will see the guard attempt here for Team Kui, as this is the first of the skip stones in the fourth end of play.
It's a great opportunity to try and solidify a steal for Team Kui here.
She makes this good. Yurko might be looking at a double peel of some kind to kind of open up that scoring area for them.
And it does look like that rock will sit in time on the center line. So Team Kui successfully guarding up that yellow tap there for Team Yurko. So it looks like Team Yurko is opting for the yellow run back here, trying to catch their own yellow top four in the house and remove that red stone that is sitting shot stone on the button right now.
She does have quite a big target for the run. She can hit a good amount of reds here, but I think that a good play is you can just draw to the side of the button on the outturn, the right-handed outturn side.
I feel like that'd be a good shot to save for your last as a last resort. Try to open up the center as much as possible.
Yeah. I agree. You have to open up the center here. There's just so many rocks in the back of the house and not a lot of opportunities to get to.
You see here delivery by Elena Yurko, her first stone here in fourth end of play. So it looks like that one just overcurls a little bit, does get rid of a red, but it is still Team Kui sitting shot stone, top of the bun with Team Yurko frozen on top, on the top 4 foot.
Now the question comes, do you give her the chance at the run again, or do you guard the draw path to the tee line on the right-handed outturn side?
Yeah, I would most likely be guarding that draw path, that out-turn draw path, to try to bite the pin. And I know that Yuriko, she just threw that in-turn peel on the guard, but that is the harder of the two shots, in my opinion. Um, but if Team Kui doesn't feel that the draw is there, then maybe their option is to guard that in-turn peel and let her draw to bite the pin on the button.
You have to make the decision based on what you know about your opponent. If Team Kui knows that Elena Yurko will want to go for the hit again and will choose the hit, then guarding the run is not the worst call. Give her a draw right after she threw a peel and missed.
Yeah, sometimes you got to base your strategy on what your other team is doing and how your team is playing as well.
Yeah, and both of these teams should be quite familiar with each other. I'm sure they played tons on the Alberta Junior Curling Tour this season. So both teams know how each other's styles of play are and what each player's strengths and weaknesses are. So that in-turn guard attempt does run a little bit heavy. They will tap the yellow stone to sit, looks like fourth shot, but it doesn't look like there was much harm there for Team Kui. But Team Yurko looking for that same in-turn run back on their own yellow here, trying to catch their own yellow top four and get rid of shot stone, which is sitting on the button right now for Team Kui.
She was pretty close on her first attempt, just gotta open up the broom a little bit more.
So final stone, fourth end, Team Yurko down by one, looking for the in-turn run back here to score potential 2. Looks like they'll make it, and what a shot there by Team Yurko to get their 2. What a shot by Elena Yurko, as we see on the replay here. She might have missed it the first time, but Team Kui gave her a second chance, and she makes it to perfection. There'll be a score of 2 for Team Yurko, and they will take a 3-2 lead going into the fourth end break. Oh, sorry, looks like they are going to measure for the second point, but it does appear that yellow is sitting second shot.
You never know with the overhead, though. Sometimes it's angled some sort of way that we can't really tell.
Nonetheless, so that was an amazing shot there by Team Yurko. Those run backs are very hard to play. You need to hit it in the perfect spot, and that's exactly what she did. So both thirds are following the umpire here, looking at the measure, and it looks like it will be yellow sitting second shot. So once again, a beautiful run back there by Team Yurko, as they will take a 3-2 lead going into the fourth end break.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the Curlin community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
So welcome back to the 2025 Alberta Optimist U18 Provincial Championships. My name is Stephen Leong, and this morning I'm joined by Rachel Jakes and Sophia Ryerchuk. So
Oops. Stephen cut out. So I'm Sophia Ryerchuk and Rachel Jakes. To give you a little recap, we are now about to go into the fifth end. It is 3-2 in favor of Yurko and Kui with the hammer, hoping to at least get a 2 score this end. There have been some really good shots so far. Team Yurko scoring 2 off of a run back.
Had a bit of an issue with draw weight at the beginning of the end. Hopefully they pick that up in the second half.
And Team Kui still plugging away. She can't get too deterred by a good shot. You have to keep going. Teams will always make good shots, and there'll all be a few misses. So hopefully she just picks up on the misses and learns from there. We are starting with the end. Team Yurko starting off. Now up by 1, throwing the center guard here is a really good play, but going in as well. However, if you go in the fifth end, it might tempt Team Lila Kui to throw in a blank, and then she can have hammer for the sixth end and have hammer in the even ends for the rest of the game.
Playing these center guards was a smart idea for Yurko in the last end. They had control most of that end, just really good shot. Or Kui.
It doesn't seem to have slowed down too much after the end break. Usually by the fourth end break, the ice will sit and then it'll grow frosty again. It'll be slow, but no trouble for Team Kui throwing her lead, throwing right into the top 4. The Team Yurko is definitely following, trying to establish a nice angle onto Team Kui's first rock.
Beautiful shot.
And then Team Kui calling for the follow. Pretty classic curling play. Center guard to top 4, establish an angle, freeze onto it. Quite the foreseeable nature of curling.
We come in a little bit light.
Thankfully, there is a little tick on the guard, though, so covering their own red in the forefoot. Although you really want to get 2 here, and that's cutting down your scoring potential and scoring area.
Might be seeing a peel from Cooey next shot, opening up that center.
So guys, I'll just ask you here quickly here after 4 ends of play. What is your mindset going into last half of the game here?
Definitely more into scoring and trying to win for sure. You think of the first half as sort of building ends, like getting to know the ice, getting to know the pass, and then in the last half really trying and really going for finishing it off and coming out victorious.
We're definitely going to see a lot more offensive play by each team, hoping to get those multiple scores.
And hopefully getting the jump on one another, trying to solidify their victory against one another and trying to get into that final.
So it looks like this in-turn draw will just overcurl and just clip that red center line guard there, and they will spill off the center, but it is still Team Yurko sitting shot stone right on the button right now, as it looks like Team Yurko is opting to replace that guard and sit their stone somewhere along the center line.
Right now it's looking like to be a decently junky end, and perhaps gonna have to do a bunch of peels or even a few runs in the last half of the end. Set up very well for Team Yurko at the moment.
Seeing a bit of an overcurl on this guard.
Yeah, so as we see, like we come back from the 4th end break, how much does the ice change between during that halfway point, and is that something that you guys will be discussing with your team?
Yeah, you gotta definitely discuss the change in paths. Things are going to be a little bit more frosty out there, especially with only 2 teams playing out on the ice right now with the girls and the boys semifinals. The ice will definitely change than how it was for the rest of the weekend. Got to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, so it looks like we do have a timeout here from Team Kui by Coach Atina Ford Johnson. And it looks like they're going to opt for backline wait, is what looks like to be the call. So it looks like they will be attempting to tap that red stone on the left side of the sheet, as we can see right now.
I don't mind this call doing plan B, because if you undercurl and open it up for yourself, that's not bad, but if also you make the tap, which unfortunately she didn't, but if you make the tap, then it's still good.
Yeah, like you mentioned, they do open it up though. So it is Team Yurko sitting shot stone. They are sitting 1st and 3rd shot, and Team Kui are sitting 2nd and 4th shot with pretty much every rock on the right side of the sheet, as we can see right now. Just as you mentioned, there is one other game going on right now, and that is the boys semifinal between teams Nolan Duncan and Austin Hennig. And it is Team Austin Hennig up 2-0, with Team Nolan Duncan having the hammer in the fifth end of play. So it looks like that guard attempt does overcurl just a little bit. So Team Kui here asking for a hack weight chaser onto the yellow shot stone on the button right now.
The only trouble with playing hack at this instead of just a heavy draw or just a tap is that you can likely flop over and give Yurko another chance to bury one or even perhaps hit one of yours and roll under. Better buried, and then you're in trouble because there's 4 guards up right now.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to maybe play a little bit less weight here. Maybe like back 8, back 12 sort of weight. Keep that yellow stone in play and have your shooters sit right on top. So they did try to remove it, that it could potentially jam on that back stone. But unfortunately here, it does look like this one does overcurl quite a bit. So I'm almost wondering if that had grabbed something or if it just overcurled that much, because that did overcurl by quite a margin there.
Well, second attempt at that guard. Definitely want to max ice this one. Don't want to overcurl.
And it looks like this one will just grab the center line, but it does guard shot stone on the button right now. So this Team Miracle still sitting shot stone here as we are late into the fifth end of play.
Well, we're definitely seeing enough curl on this ice to get at that yellow on the tee line.
Team Kui calling for back 8 and back 4 weight. Don't want to overthrow it because if you end up just freezing onto it, it's still a usable rock.
Just hitting the wrong side of tolerance on this shot.
That rock will just slide through, so it didn't seem that their weight was too far off. So whether it was just thrown outside a little bit or maybe if the ice was given was a little bit too much. So still Team Yurko sitting shot stone right on the button right now with skip stones to come here in the fifth end of play.
It's good that Yurko isn't getting too greedy, trying to draw in another one in there.
You just need to guard here. Guard and then solidify your steal. Keep plugging away. Lila Cooley won't have too many options with all that's bunched up in the middle.
Seeing this guard curl pretty hard. Lila Kui might have a chance of getting at that yellow again. Definitely want to play less weight on this shot to get that good curl. Try to get as buried as possible. Even just tapping that yellow just back 4 to sit 2 shot.
Yeah, and it does look like they tightened up the broom a little bit as well on their previous attempt. It looks like they were just outside middle of 12, and now looks like they tightened up the broom a little bit to be just inside middle of 12 here for this probably backline chase attempt here on Team Yurko's shot stone. looks like sleepers are on this early here, trying to hold the line here, not let it overcurl. It is looking very close here.
Just clipping that center guard. Looks like the weight was pretty close for Lalakui.
Yeah, just a lot of over curl. Wonder if she just hasn't adjusted correctly to how much curl there was and got in her head about it.
And we see a timeout here by Team Yurko. That is Coach Glenn Ector discussing things over. What would you guys be playing here on your skip/slash stone? You're sitting one right on the button here, looking pretty good to steal, but you obviously don't want to leave any sort of easy double or leave any sort of easy chase on their shooter.
Well, if Elena's feeling comfortable with her draw weight, you can definitely come and freeze another one and hopefully even steal two, make it harder for Kui to score. But when you're thinking about that shot, you definitely want to have that light tolerance. You don't want to end up bouncing your yellow a little bit, giving Kui that opportunity to draw for one.
You also don't want to ever bounce on your yellow to maybe even give Team Kui the chance for a double for two. So definitely playing top 8 or top 12 is the play here. Hopefully cutting off a draw or any sort of raise for Team Kui.
Yeah, so it looks like with this amount of ice, they're taking up pretty much right to the edge of the board. Looks like they're opting for the draw. Would you guys ever be tempted to play the outturned guard coming across the center line?
You know, I was wondering that it's definitely ice is permitting the outturn to just end up as a guard, but I think Team Yurko had called top 8 when she was talking with her coach, and so that's why she's taking the intern.
This is also the side that they've been playing all end, so just used to the ice. If you're playing that outturn, you're not really sure what it's going to do, if it's going to curl as much as that intern or if it'll stay straight like it was in those hits earlier.
Yeah, it does look like the guard does the job there, does protect their shot stone, and it looks like Team Kui will be opting for the run back off of the side corner guard there. Probably looks like they need to hit about half a stone, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to tell from our angles, but it looks like half a stone should do the job and get rid of the yellow stone off the button. So, final stone, fifth end. Team Kui with the hammer, looking for the run back attempt to score potential 2 here.
Sweepers on it out of hand.
And that one will just over curl. It will be a steal of 1 for Team Yurko, and they will take a 4-2 lead going into the 6th end of play. We'll be back after a few short messages.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Welcome back to the 2025 Alberta Optimist U18 Provincial Championships held at the Leduc Curling Club in Leduc, Alberta. My name is Stephen Leong, and I'm joined this morning by Rachel Jakes and Sophia Ryerchuk. Score right now is 4-2 for Team Yurko over Team Kui in the sixth end of play. Team Yurko with the yellow stones, Team Kui with the red stones.
We're seeing Kui play a little bit more offensively this end with that corner guard. Hoping to get that 2 score.
Definitely want the 2 score in the sixth end of 8. It will then give Team Yurko the hammer in the 7th, and then likely Team Kui have hammer in the last. It's definitely an advantage.
So it looks like both teams doing their job right now. Team Yurko putting up that tight center guard, and then Team Kui putting up a corner guard here. So it does look like Team Yurko is electing to draw around their tight center guard with the intern here, looking to go top 8, top 4 foot here. And then we most likely will see Team Kui draw around their corner guard.
Coming a little deep on the draw around attempt, Team Kui can elect to try and freeze or even draw top 4, or she could use her corner guard. But
definitely not wanting to be heavy on that shot for Yurko.
The tolerance would be light there. Ending up top 8 is still okay over back 4.
So it does look like this one will come up a little bit light. So Team Yurko looking to draw around top 4, around the red-yellow stagger, as we now see.
Really good opportunity for Yurko to gain control back.
One other game going on this morning is the boys' semifinals between Team Nolan Duncan and Team Austin Hennig. And Team Austin Hennig is up 2-1 with hammer in the sixth end of play. That game is also on Curling Stadium Leduc, and we invite you to go check out that game as well.
Still coming up a little bit heavier than they'd want for Team Yurko.
So looks like they're opting to draw in turn behind the 2 guards. Would you guys ever be tempted to maybe hit off that center guard and maybe try to roll behind your corner?
It's definitely an option. Using that corner first would be the key here. Like, you throw it for a reason, so you want to end up using it. You don't want your rocks junking in the center, and also getting rid of that center guard. Very good play. But that still leaves that other red center. That leaves Yurko another opportunity to draw around even better to top 4.
Looks like that one just running a little bit heavy. They will chop off. So there's still Team Yurko sitting first and second shot on the 4 foot. As they looks like they will be opting for another draw around the 2 guards here. And looking to apply a lot of pressure here on Team Kui in the sixth end of play. It looks like they're trying to knife this one over, and it looks like they will do that successfully. And they'll sit right on top of the yellow. And it is Team Yurko sitting 3 right now without the hammer in the sixth end of play.
Do you just go for the single peel here, or do you go for trying the double peel? It seems to be very long, but the yellows are right in the forefoot, and it's easy to guard them if there's another rock there up high.
I think you're opting. Oops, sorry, go ahead, Rachel.
I was just going to say, having that high guard doesn't seem like too much of an issue with how much curl we're getting in this game. So I'd say, yeah, the single peel would be the smarter of the two shots.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing for sure. With the amount of curl that we seem to be having right now, that red guard, even though it is guarding those yellows right now, as we can see, it is quite high, and Team Kui can chase those yellows around that guard for sure.
Seeing a bit of an overcurl on this guard here for Yurko. Might have just set up an easy double peel.
It looks like we have a timeout here by Team Kui. That is Coach Atina Ford Johnston looking to talk things over with Lila Kui here.
Just a reminder to the viewers that in U18s, in these provincials, you get one coach interaction per team per half. Not half, per end. Much different in comparison to most nationals or U18 nationals where you only get 2 per game.
Would you guys be playing here as Coach Atina Ford Johnson is discussing things over with Lila Kui here?
Well, I would still be playing that double peel, open up the yellows. With the issue with this finesse hit is you're not going to be moving all of those yellows around, and you want to get as big of a scoring area as possible. It's a lot easier for Team Yurko to put the pressure on Kui with those center guards in play.
Looks like over curling and missing all of the yellows. Team Yurko is getting the opportunity to put up another guard though.
Definitely want to max ice on this one again since your last guard over curled.
It looks like that one will run a little bit straight, but will chop off the wide red corner guard. But it does still leave a port there for Team Kui to work with. So it looks like they will have the same shot again. This one just getting by that yellow guard there. And they will clip the top yellow and roll out. So there's still Team Yurko sitting 3.
Now, if you're Yurko, do you put up another guard or do you try to get another rock buried in that 4-foot?
I would almost be tempted to try to get another one in there. I think now Team Kui does have 2 ways to get into the 4-foot. They do have that out turn through the port shot as we've seen them try to do the last 2 shots, but they also do have that in turn draw. We've seen how much curl that this ice does have, and that red guard is pretty high, so it's almost like that guard isn't there for the draw.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to at least put one top 8 so then Lila Kui can't put one right into that little pocket or little wall that Team Yurko has made in the 4-foot.
Yeah, looking like with this ice here, they're taking just inside edge of 12. It does look like they are opting for the center line guard here, blocking up that port that we've seen Team Kui try to get through the last couple shots.
And they'll take over their own yellow, hopefully enough so that Kui can't come through.
Definitely blocked off that out-turn path.
She could try and hit the back yellow, but that would just allow Yurko to follow her down again, and she'd still be sitting 3.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if the other out-turn port is there now, as we see on the right side of the sheet here, trying to draw through that port and get a piece of a button here.
The only thing with it is that you have to maneuver the port correctly. With how much curl there is in the ice and just seeing many different tendencies in terms of undercurl and overcurl, it might be hard to properly get through that high of a port.
This rock's curling hard. I wonder if it's already on the guard.
And just ticking it.
Looks like her weight was very close there, just over curled slightly there, wrecking on the center line yellow guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yurko attempt to guard that out-turn path again, so Kui's forced for that in-turn draw.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing across the center line here for the in-turn guard attempt here. And with the way the ice is curling, I like this turn that they're playing rather than the wide out-turned guard. This is the final stone for Team Yuriko here in the 6th end of play. They are up 2, but Team Kui does have the hammer here.
So they'll tick that other guard, move it enough. Well, looks like that out-turn draw path is still open for Kui.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same path that they threw on their first one here. It might be a little bit wider, but they should know how this path runs here, and it does seem like it does curl a lot.
Big
Would
pressure
you guys
shot.
be tempted? Sorry, I was just gonna say, would you guys be tempted to play the in-turn draw towards the yellows, or do you guys like this out-turn draw?
Well, understanding that they've been playing this path basically the entire end, I would definitely want to stick with the path that I know the best.
And the path that you just threw too. Her weight was very close. You just need to maneuver the line correctly.
A big pressure shot here from Lila Kui. Final stone in the sixth hand, down by 2, looking for a piece of the button to score their single.
Line looking really good.
Just to be.
One will just sail by the yellows back 8. So it will be a steal of 3 for Team Yurko, as they will take a 7-2 lead going into the 7th end of play. We'll be back after these few messages.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome back to the 2025 Alberta Optimist U18 Provincial Championships, held at the Leduc Curling Club in Leduc, Alberta. My name is Stephen Leong, and I'm joined this morning by Rachel Jakes and Sophia Ryerchuk. Team Yurko with a steal of 3 in the 6th end of play, meaning that they are up 7-2 going into the 7th end. Just like to ask you guys the mindsets for both teams here. We'll start with Team Yurko. You just stole 3. You're up by 5 with 2 ends of play. What's your mindset if you're Team Yurko here with 2 ends to play?
You don't want to change too much in what you're doing because obviously it's working. You want to keep your mental state in a good place. You don't want to believe that you've already won because Team Kui can definitely come back from this. You know, she scores and scores again. There's a good chance for her to tie or win.
Yeah, and how about if you're Team Kui? Just give up a steal of 3, but there's still 2 ends to play. And with the 5 rock rule, it means that there can be lots of rocks in play. So what's your mindset if you're Team Kui here?
I just can't get discouraged at all. Both teams are definitely playing well. You're obviously going to get some misses from Team Yurko. Just got to capitalize on those misses when you can.
We do have one other matchup happening right now, and that is the boys' semifinals between teams Nolan Duncan and Team Austin Hennig. And it is Team Austin Hennig up with a score of 4-1 in the 7th end of play. So Team Nolan Duncan will have the hammer there down by 3.
On to seconds rocks. Seeing Team Yurko is trying to get a rock into the 4-foot, but It wouldn't be bad here if you were light and you ended up guarding your own, and guarding two in the house.
Looks like they're going to tap around some of these corner guards. Get the tick to the center.
So a little bit of a miss there by Team Yurko. And there are lots of rocks in front, which is what Team Kui wants to have happen here in the seventh minute play. It looks like they will be opting for the outturn draw behind the yellow center guard.
Unfortunate miss from Team Kui. Just not seeing that much curl on that side as we are everywhere else.
So we do see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Perhaps a little bit too much weight too. The red rock moved the yellow a good 4 feet. And so maybe it was like back 4 weight. You wanted to be top 8 for that line. A coach interaction here. Team Yurko discussing what they're doing.
I think the smart play for Team Yurko in this situation would be to peel. You're sitting 2 now, and those corner guards are the only thing really helping Kui at this point.
Or you could even try to come around your center guard, then sit 3 in the house, and Kui only having 1 in the top 12 and not being able to use her corners.
It looks like they're electing to rip out that top 12 Kui stone here, as we can see. And they will just clip enough of it, pushing it out of play. So it is Team Yurko sitting 2, but this does give Team Kui an opportunity, once again, with that outturn draw behind the yellow center guard. This one will sit shot stone back edge of the 4. So it is Team Kui sitting shot stone right now.
Now for Yurko, do you follow them in, or is this the chance to peel? You definitely want to be careful with that draw around. You don't want to keep playing to chase Kui the entire end.
I would personally go.
Oops, sorry.
I would personally go for the double peel. It seems that the yellow and the red, kind of within the 4-foot lines, are pretty close to one another, and so getting a double peel would be very good for Team Yurko. Get rid of the opportunities that Kui has.
It looks like they just overcurl a little bit, and they don't end up clipping that red either. So they do leave a corner guard, happen to be guarding their second shot, which is in the 8-foot, but it is still Team Kui sitting shot stone back of the 4-foot. It looks like this comes up a little bit light, just sitting as a tight guard here. So that red is looks like half open for Team Yurko if they elect to play the chase on shot stone.
I wouldn't mind the chase, just because if you over curl and clip one of the reds, then you get a nice peel and it opens it up for you.
Yeah, definitely want to play the shot a little tighter.
And that one will just pick out the red. They will lose their shooter and will lose their other back yellow stone, but it is Team Yurko sitting shot stone buried under the corner guard there with Team Kui with the hammer here, trying to come around again with the draw behind their two reds.
Losing that back yellow wasn't the worst thing in the world. One less thing for Kui to freeze to.
Sweeper's going pretty hard on this. It seems to be curling a bunch and just ticking their own red.
Yeah, it looks like that weight was pretty spot on there. Just happened to wreck on that tight red stone. So it is still Team Yurko sitting shot stone. Kui is sitting second, top of the 12 foot, but it is wide open and it does look like Team Yurko is opting for the hit. Where would you guys be rolling your shooter here, or do you think nosing the red is the play here?
I think nosing is the play, definitely. If you roll over, you give Kui a third attempt at getting that draw around. Nosing definitely limits that scoring area, forcing them to maybe play some sort of outturn tap on that shot yellow.
It looks like they will get rid of the red. They will roll under their corner guard, so they will be sitting two right now, but it does leave Kui an opportunity to draw behind those two reds. So this is the first stone for Team Kui in the seventh end of play, looking to play the outturn draw and try to grab a piece of the forfeit behind their reds.
Sweeper's on it, out of hand, isn't a good sign. Just not enough weight.
Yeah, it looks like their line was perfect there. Just got by the yellow and just got by the red. Unfortunately, though, it wasn't enough weight. So it is Team Yurko sitting two. Would you guys ever be tempted to ignore that red stone, knowing that your two yellows are pretty much buried there and there's no easy double for Team Kui?
You know, I would be tempted to guard here just so that Kui doesn't have the in-turn at your own yellow to freeze on or tap. It's nice to know that you're taking away her shot attempt at 2, but it doesn't look like she has many shot attempts regardless.
So Team Yurko will get rid of the red stone. So it is Team Yurko sitting two with one stone to come in the end. And it looks like Team Kui will need to draw to just bite the forefoot to get their single here in the 7th end of play.
She just played this shot. She just needs a couple feet more for the draw.
So final stone in the 7th end of play. Team Kui looking for the draw to touch forefoot to score their single point.
And just short. The score will now be 9-2 in favor of Yurko.
And it does look like we have handshakes. That will be a 9-2 win for Team Elena Yurko, and they will move on to the provincial final this afternoon against Team Abby DeZormo. So final score here, 9-2 in 7 ends of play for Team Yurko. The provincial final will be Abby DeZormo versus Team Elena Yurko, and that will be played at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time here on Curling Stadium Leduc. We encourage you to go check out the other semifinal game, which is a boys semifinal game against Team Nolan Duncan and Team Austin Hennig. That score right now is 4-1 for Team Austin Hennig, with Nolan Duncan with the hammer. For Rachel Jakes and Sophia Ryerchuk, my name is Steve Leong. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We invite you to come back and watch the finals this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.